Hello and welcome to a new lesson, Discreteness. This is one of the series of lectures as a property of language. In this lesson, I will talk about literal meaning of discreteness, linguistic concept of discreteness, explanation of discreteness, examples of discreteness, and levels of discreteness. Lecture 41. Let's discuss about the topic. The first is literal meaning of discreteness. What does the word discreteness literally mean? The word discreteness comes from an adjective discrete. It's also spelled as discrete with D-I-S-C-R-E-E-T. It means separate, distinct, or not attached to others, not connected with others, independent. We continue to the next point of our discussion, that is linguistic concept of discreteness. Discreteness is one of the most important properties of language. It refers to the idea that language is composed of distinct and separable units. It consists of identifiable components, identifiable elements, or which can be easily recognized. They can be combined in various ways to create continuous stream of meaningful thoughts. This property is fundamental to human language. And the last point is, in fact, discreteness distinguishes language from many other forms of communication. Now we move on to the next point of discussion, that is explanation of discreteness. How many sounds do we have in English language? Can you guess? Can you think? Well, of course, we have 44 sounds. But do all sounds in English language sound the same? I mean, is each sound spoken or pronounced in the same way, in the same manner? What do you think? Of course not. So what do we get from this discussion, from this question? What meaning do we derive from this explanation? We come to the point that all 44 sounds in English language are distinct from one another. They distinguish from one another. They separate from one another. They are not the same. In fact, no sound overlaps with one another. That is why we say that all sounds in English are discrete in nature, distinct in nature, independent in sound in nature. We move on to the next point of discussion, that is levels of discreteness. Discreteness at the level of sounds, discreteness at the level of words, discreteness at the level of sentences. Now let's discuss about each level. The first one is discreteness at the level of sounds. The difference between a b sound and a p sound is not actually very great. Both are bilabial sounds. But when these sounds are part of a language like English, they are used in such a way that the occurrence of one rather than the other is meaningful. How? Look at some examples. Look at this word, pack. The initial sound is pa, and then we have another word, back, and the initial sound is ba. Everything is the same, but we have the difference of the initial sound, that is pa and ba, and this makes a greater difference. Everything is the same in this set of words, but the pa sound is completely distinct from ba sound, and therefore we have two different words. We take another example, pat and bat. What do we notice? That the difference between pa sound and ba sound makes all the difference, makes all the distinction in meaning also. Likewise, we have pet, bet, pale, bale, pear, and bear. So what we notice in all these sets of words, that the distinction in the sound pa and ba makes all the difference in meaning and in communication. This is discreteness at the level of sounds. Now we move on to the next, that is point number 2, discreteness at the level of words. How? Let's see. We have the word the. It's a distinct word. We have another word, cat. It is also very distinct from the word the. We have another word, sat. This is also very different and distinct from the word cat or the. Likewise, we have another word, on, another word, the, and we have another word, mat. All these 6 different words are not the same. They are different. But when we put all these words in a meaningful order, like it makes a sentence, the cat sat on the mat. What do we notice? We notice that in this sentence, each word is a distinct element that contributes to the overall meaning of the sentence. We can say that the words in a sentence are discrete units. This is discreteness at the level of words. Now we move on to the point number 3, discreteness at the level of syntax. How? Look at these 2 sentences. The first one is, the cat chased the dog. Subject cat, the verb is chased, and the object is the dog. If we reverse the order, it becomes like the dog chased the cat. So what we notice is that they have different meanings due to the arrangement of discrete words in a sentence, and thus the meaning changes. So coming to the point of conclusion, what we can say is that discreteness allows for the creation of an infinite number of meaningful expressions from a finite set of units. We have some more ideas. Discreteness is a fundamental characteristic of human language. This property enables precise communication and the ability to convey a wide range of ideas and emotions. In summary, in brief, discreteness in language means that language is made up of distinct, separable units that can be combined in various ways to create meaning. Finally, this property is crucial for the flexibility and richness of human language. Hope you understand the concept. Thank you and goodbye.